Hi, this is my first YouTube video. I wanted to show you something in my backyard. Kind of interesting little setup we've got here. I've learned so much from so many people over the past couple years on YouTube, and I just really appreciate everything. And just wanted to share something that I've got in my backyard that might be helpful to somebody else who may have a similar issue. Anyway, we have this pit here, as you can see, with a lid on it. And the reason we have that is there's a spring in our backyard. And this has created a problem because not all of our neighbors have fences, and we had a swamp in our backyard pretty much. And we couldn't, it made it very difficult to mow the yard. And two, we had water, groundwater that was going into our basement. So we came up with a series of French drains for our backyard, and we made this little pit here. I'll open it up. I had this lid made specially for it. It's pretty heavy. I don't think that little children could pick it up, but older kids sure could. However, this spring I plan to put something over it. Anyway, water comes into the French drains down through there, and you see we have a sump pump that carries the water out to the storm drain. Now we can turn off the sump pump, and quickly this thing will fill up with water. If the water gets beyond this point here, then it will drain through this French drain. However, if we want to use this for storage of water, we will just put a cap on that, and this thing fills up pretty quickly. We filled it up really easily this summer to use it to water our garden with. And so anyway, it's worked out pretty well for us. And we wanted a way to kind of be able to store the water if we wanted to. So fortunately and unfortunately, we have a spring in our backyard. When we were digging in the yard with the backhoe, we actually found it, and the water was just gurgling out of it. We had the water tested, and it was pretty good water. So anyway, that's an option for us. In the event of a grid down situation, we would have water. We also have in the yard another pit here that also has a heavy lid on it. This is a little bit more difficult to open up, and it also has a sump pump in it. This does not store water, it just takes it to the storm drain. However, if the sump pump should fail, then it will just carry it on when the water gets to a certain height, a certain level, then it will gravity feed it onto the storm drain. So anyway, this is my first video, and I hope this is helpful to somebody. Maybe not, but anyway, it's my first effort. So thank you. Bye.